The story is asked about how I moved from KISII University to KMTC University. So back then, when there was selection happening, the KMTC institution was not initially under the KISII portal. But so this is the story of what happened. I was called to KISII University to pursue a bachelor in nutrition and dietetics with technology. It was one of the courses I had chosen. Though note that when we were choosing courses, I had 4 courses, and nutrition was not part of it. Like, the usually clinical medicine, the pharmacy, nutrition was not part of it. But then I didn't get selected for any of those courses, so they did the second selection. And then when I applied for second selection is when at number 4 I applied for KISII University to pursue the bachelor in nutrition and dietetics. But at that time I hadn't really even thought about everything. You can imagine as a 19-year-old having to go through the whole process of just choosing the school you want to be and choosing something that you're being told is going to like define your whole life. It was a difficult process. It was a very difficult day at the cyber cafe that day. I was alone, so sad, with so many phone calls from my mom trying to understand if I have done it, and I was so stressed. So even when the results came and had been placed there, a part of me was so disappointed. And then also came the opinion, because I've had people pursue different courses, and with the how difficult it is to gain employment in Africa. Like at our country, the employment rate around right now is at 65%, for just basic courses. The unemployment rate is something crazy. You need to have connections, you need to have people to talk to, or people that will help you get the job. And I didn't have that. So I made the difficult decision to like reapply again to Kenya Medical Training College to just pursue the dream course I've always had. Pharmacy. I was like, if I can't do it at this level, probably I can do it at a diploma level and then figure it out later on how I can advance. Now the challenge with advancing is that you are now becoming a self-sponsored student. You rarely get sponsored by government if you're advancing. And the economic baggage on that would have been very expensive on my parents. Like right now, they're doing 200,000, 300,000, almost 600,000 a year. That one now, I knew I couldn't get it. I just knew I couldn't get it, and I didn't know if I could get any scholarship, because it is difficult to in an African country and to just try to get a scholarship to pursue education. So I applied for it and I went to KMTC Mombasa. It was my first time in Mombasa. It was such an amazing experience later on, but at first I was really struggling with the environment. The weather was too humid, too hot, the water was salty, the culture, the Swahili culture, the sun, everything was, for the first time in my life I had to be in a class where the air conditioner needs to be running because it's so hot for the other students, for students to even. And I remember a lot in our first semester, so many students developed like pneumonia because now of the air conditioner. So after that, we did all that, we were able to cover. And my first year was the most difficult year, and I think I was going through a lot. But what really encouraged me was that I used to wake up very early, do my things, and then spend like just 30 minutes just watching these motivational videos just to keep me ready to learn, just to keep me interested in learning. And when it is like 5 minutes to 8, then I'll rush to class. I rush to class and then everything will be fine. But I really, really, really struggled in my first year. I just thank God that my exams were good enough. And then my second year, now at least you've got the hang of things, you're trying out. Because third year is usually not even a lot of learning. In third year is where now you're doing your attachments, you're doing 7 months, 3 months here, 3 months community pharmacy, 3 months hospital, 1 month industry. So you're doing your attachments and it's an amazing experience. But that point, so after employment after was the best thing to me because I didn't struggle that much. But though I delayed, everybody else was already employed by the time they are finishing school. For me, I delayed. I really, really delayed. But we thank God because I did get an opportunity and then got another one. And then now at least I got an opportunity to find a place to work. It was the most difficult period in my life, but God saw us through. So it is possible. I've had so many classmates who transferred from KMTC to from universities to KMTC. What I can say is that you have to have the passion for it. And with passion, everything is possible. So if it's something you're looking forward to, go ahead and do it. Thank you.